party time, yeah, it's party time. Grab a palette and a brush and just flow with your mind. We gon' bring this look together one swatch at a time, one swatch at a time, yeah, it's party time.
Hey y'all, I'm Rashima and this is Pretty Party Makeup. In this video, we will be trying out the new Tati beauty product, the Blendiful.
Woo! Yeah! God!
So this is supposed to be a quick, easy way to do your full face of makeup. So this is for the person that has to go to work or has somewhere to go in a hurry. This is supposed to be easy to use and it's supposed to give you a blurring effect. So far, I've been a big fan of Tati Beauty. I do have her palette and I really do love her palette. The formula is really good. So I will be using this on my eyes today. I think I'll be doing my eyeshadow off camera, but I will be using this. So I already saw a lot of reviews on this product already. I already see a difference in opinion. The beauty gurus that has millions of subscribers that got this in PR, that are friends with Tati or know Tati, they gave this a really positive review. Their skin came out flawless, like their skin wasn't already flawless. And then there's other YouTubers, they're a little bit smaller, and they gave this a negative review. They was getting fuzzies all over their face, theirs ripped. And people really came after them in the comments. They were like, well, this
bigger YouTuber said it was amazing.
But you all have to understand, bigger YouTubers really don't want to hurt other YouTubers' feelings. They might be friends with them, they might be close to them, they might want to keep getting PR from them. So they really don't want to rub their counterpart in a bad way. So of course, no matter if the product is bad or good, they're gonna basically stick by the person that they know. So I'm someone that will give you 100% honest review. If it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. I don't know these people behind the product. I never met them before. I do watch some of their videos, but they're not my friends. I don't get PR. So you can trust me to give you a 100% honest review. So I'm gonna be really fair with this product. I already read the instructions for it. It doesn't say in the instructions to wash before using, but because I've seen people get fuzzies on their face using this, I, however, will wash it on camera for you all. So I'm opening it up now. Really easy to open. It's my first time seeing this in person. Ooh, so it's really soft. I feel like it has a cushion in the middle, so that's nice. You have the little thing right here to put your hands through. It's a pretty decent size. My head is pretty freaking big. Then we have the baby Blendiful. I thought this was so cute that she made it in the shape of a heart. So same thing, you can put your little 2 fingers in there and you can just blot with this throughout the day if you're sweating or whatever. This feels really nice on the skin. So I have very dry, acne prone skin. So I'm gonna tell you how I feel about putting those fluffy things on my skin. Tell you if it feels weird or if it irritates it. I'll let you all know. But I'm gonna take you all with me into the bathroom so we can wash these Blendifuls together. So here in the bathroom, this is what I normally wash my brushes and my sponges with. This is called Zote, Z-O-T-E, Zote. And here's my Tati's Blendifuls. And I'm just gonna put the water on warm.
Wait a minute.
There are some fuzzies coming off of these things, so I'm glad I washed them. So these are how they look so far. And I'm gonna blow dry them. So I washed them and some fuzzies did come off in the sink. So there's that. I'm glad I washed them beforehand. Now I'm going to blow dry them. I know she uses her expensive ass Dyson to blow dry these, but here go my cheap ass old one, so this is what we're gonna use.
A few moments later. One eternity later.
Okay, this one is dry, so I'm ready to use that. This one isn't dry yet. I kind of gave up on it and halfway through it drying, so we're gonna see if this is gonna dry on its own while I do my makeup. I'm gonna let you all know how long it took for me to dry this with a cheap dryer, so I'll leave that right here so you'll know how long it took with a dryer. So I'm ready to prime. I have my no problem priming water. I use this all the time. The goal is to use all the products that I normally use. The only thing I'll switch up is my contour, which I normally use a powder bronzer or powder contour shade, but today I'll go ahead and use a cream contour with this. I think I'm just gonna put a few drops directly on the face. And I'm just going to rub it in. It just feels really soft on the skin. I don't feel like it's soaking up my primer at all. I actually feel like my primer is really sinking into the skin, so that's good. So I did pretty good priming my skin, so now I'm going to use my infallible foundation. This is one of Tati's recommendations for foundation, and it's such a good foundation. So if Tati loves this foundation, it should work with the Blendiful. So this is how I normally apply my foundation. I put it on the back of my hand and then I dot it on the face. I noticed that she said to drag the foundation. So we're dragging it. I'm using this little part right here for foundation. So that's with 2 pumps of foundation. Now going on the neck. This is 1 pump. And I'm dragging it down the neck. And then I'm patting it in. I do feel like I need a little bit more coverage right here. I have some acne scars right here, so I'm going to put 2 dots right there. I'm just gonna dab that in. Honestly, the foundation looks good. So the foundation looks good so far. I don't see any fluffies. I don't see any streaks. It looks good. So now for concealer, I'm going to use my Milani concealer. It's in 145 warm beige. And I just use the wand and put this directly under my eyes and on my chin, the nose, and a little bit on the forehead. Now I'm going to fold the Blendiful, and I'm holding it like this. And I'm going to attempt to blend out my concealer with this. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Real Technique sponge on the other side to see, do I feel a difference or see a difference? So with the sponge, I feel like my under eye looks more hydrated versus this side. It feels a little dry and it looks a little dry. So I feel like the Beauty Blender did better on this side for concealer. So I'm going to use the Beauty Blender for my nose as well. So my nose looks really good, of course, because I used the Beauty Blender. But now I'm going to use the Blendiful and see how my forehead looks with it. So honestly, I don't know if you all can see it on camera. It made my forehead look textured right here. and it looks a little patchy and dry on the forehead. So I don't think I like this for concealer. I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and see, can I fix it? Actually, the sponge just fixed it, so that's good. So far I like it for foundation, I like it for primer, but I don't like it for concealer. So this is how the Blendiful looks so far. I use this part for foundation, I use this part for priming, and I use this part for concealer. So this is how much product is soaked up. So now I'm ready for contour. This is the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Truffle. And I guess I'm gonna put it straight on the face. So since we ran out of space, I'm going to flip it. And now we have a clean side. I'm gonna fold it like this. And I'm gonna try to blend it out. I'm gonna put some on the chin, because I forgot to. So this is how it blended out the contour. I think that ended up pretty well. I think I still want to bronze up the face some more, but I think it blended out pretty good. I don't see any harsh lines. Everything looks blended. I don't see anything wrong with it. So now I'm ready to put on some powder. This is the Airspun powder. I don't really bake. I really like to press my powders in. But we're gonna see how nicely it applies to the face. So I have the powder right here. So that applied pretty well. Now I'm gonna use my sponge. So I don't see much of a difference, except that I had to keep going back in with the sponge to get the powder. Whereas using this, it was just one dip and pat on. So that's good. Yes, this side does look a little bit more blurring. So I do like that. So I feel like it's good for the powder. So I do want to bronze up the face a little bit more. I'm going to take my Hank & Henry Tasha brush, and I'm taking my Lovecraft Beauty palette, and I just want to go into these two shades right here. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to fold it up like this, dip it into the powder. I got it coated like this, and now I'm going to slice the face.
Slice the face. I mean, don't slice the face, but slice the face.
So that looks cut to me. I let this part bake, but now I'm gonna go ahead and try to do some blush. So far my Tati beauty sponge is really dirty. I probably just have like this part left. So I think I want to use this part for blush, and then I'll try to use this part that I have like a little bit of primer on. I'll try to use this part for a highlighter since my other Blendiful still isn't dry yet. So this is my Laura Seller blush. This is in the shade Tropic Hues, and I want to use this part for the blush. So I'm gonna take it like this, rub it in here. It picked up a lot of pigment. I'm just gonna place that on the cheeks.
And
It picked up a lot of pigment, and this blush is really shiny, and it never looked like this before. But I will blot it down with some powder so it will take away some of that shine. So I'm gonna use a brush on this side. This is the Morphe E48 brush. And this is how I put on my blush. You see a lot of pigment didn't come up like it did on this side with the Blendiful. It just gives you that soft pink look that I love about this blush. So I'm gonna see if I can soften this up. I'm gonna go into some more powder. And I'm gonna try to buff it out with a brush. Now that looks a lot better. So now I'm ready to dab in my powder. It really gave me a really sharp cheek. So that's cool. It does look very blurry. I really like this for powder. It's so good. Okay, I like it. Okay, one more test. This is the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. This is the Flare palette. And I'm gonna take the last clean spot on here. I'm trying to keep it like this because I wanna be able to just pat it on like this. And I'm going to dip it into Glow Up. This is how much product it picked up. I like how they did the highlighter because I don't see a harsh line or anything with that. I'm gonna try it on the nose because I like to put highlight on my nose. Now I normally use a brush for highlighter. This is the Morphe M501 brush, and I'm going to use this on this side. So this is how it applied with the brush, and this is how it applied with the Blendiful. I feel like it's more brighter with the brush, but also I can see some harsh lining right here versus the Blendiful where you don't see any harsh lines at all, and you can with this. So even though this side is more blinding, I do like this side a lot better because there's no harsh lines. So the only thing left for me to do with this is to set my neck with some powder. And other than that, this is all the Blendiful can do. It can't put on eyeshadow or anything like that. But everything looks like it came out good. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow and lipstick off camera, and then after that I'll show you all a clip of me washing this so you all can see if it's easy to wash out or not. Then I'll give you all my final thoughts. Okay, we are back again. Now the Blendiful is all dirty on both sides. This did end up drying a little bit, enough for me to prime my eyes. So we have a little bit right here on the small Blendiful. So same thing, I'm gonna put the water on warm. So this is the eyeshadow look I did with the Tati Beauty palette. Came out really good as always. Every time I use this palette, it's just easy to use. So I washed these on camera with you all. And as y'all can see, it's completely clean. There aren't any rips in it. Looks good. This is the baby Blendiful. They came out nice and clean too. So here's the real tea. I didn't see any fluffies on my face. There was some fluffies that came off when I washed it, but after that, nothing on the face. It didn't rip afterwards, none of that. So that is really good. There isn't any streaks on my face, so it blended out the foundation really good. So that's an A+ for me. So honestly, I didn't like how it blended out my concealer. It came out pretty dry looking and a little bit cakey right here on the forehead. Some patches was missing, so I didn't like how it did my concealer. On this side is where I used the blender, and it looks nice and soft and hydrated on this side. So I don't think I'll be using these for concealer. Also, I don't like how it applied my blush. It made it really bright, and I really don't like my blushes to be that bright and intense. I had to dull it down some, so that's what I did. But I really like how a brush does my blush, so that's what I'll be continuing to use. Other than that, I feel like it did good with the cream contour, it did good with the foundation, it did good with the highlighter, and it did good with the primer. But do I feel like you have to throw away your beauty blenders? No. I'm still going to use my beauty blenders. I'm still going to use my brushes. But other than that, I feel like this is just an addition to my makeup routine. I really love how it cut the cheek. I think it did that really good. I like how it did the highlighter. So I know I'm going to be using this for those things. And for the baby blender, when I go somewhere, I can just blot off the sweat that comes through my makeups. Overall, I think it's a pretty good deal for $18. It really depends on how you like your makeup to look, because I feel like it looks good. I feel like my makeup looks good. I think it did a pretty good job in what it's intended to do. Now let's put it to a real test. Hey babe.
Yo, what's up?
What do you think about my makeup? Not my eyeshadow, not my lipstick, my base.
It look good.
You think it look good? You don't see any difference between this side and this side?
No, not that I can see. I don't really see no difference.
Okay. Alright y'all, as y'all can see, nobody's really gonna tell a difference in your makeup besides you. So it's up to you to decide, how do you like to apply your makeup? Do you want to use the Tati Blendifuls? Do you want to use a brush? Do you want to use a sponge? Just do whatever you need to do to make your foundation and everything look flawless. So that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell so you'll be notified next time when I put a brand new video. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.
Swatch at a time, one swatch at a time. Yeah, it's party time.